Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world, as I am posting this video. In the words of Timbaland, it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step to, but I am back, my darlings. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know it's been a while since we've done a card of the day. Happy birthday to all of the February 10th babies out there. I'm going to label this as a message for the 10th because I'm posting it in time for the 10th where I am, but depending on what time zone you're in or what year or week you fall upon this video might be a different date. So I'm setting the intention that this be a message for you for the next 24 hours from whenever you happen to see it. And happy birthday to you if it happens to be your birthday on whatever random day you may stumble upon this message. Alrighty, my dear. So the card we have is the Page of Pentacles. Okay. Now, traditionally, a lot of the times in tarot, the court cards are viewed as a person coming into a situation. So this could be a younger earth sign person, sun, moon, or rising. Sometimes pages can depict children in a situation. So if you're a parent and you have an earth sign child, there could be things happening today where you're focusing on that particular child or working things through with that child. Or you might be dealing with a younger or youthful earth sign person. The Page of Pentacles for me in readings comes up a lot of the time when we're redirecting our focus. There's matters of efficiency that are happening right now. Page of Pentacles for me comes up when you're looking at a situation and you're trying to find a way to get more accomplished without it having to be so hard or without it having to be so exhausting. So some of you are looking at a situation and thinking, okay, what is a better solution? So you might be coming out of a cycle in your life or a pattern where you keep doing these quick fixes or these temporary holds to quote unquote save time, but now you're saying, you know what, in the long run, it's not saving me time. I've got to find a better way of approaching the situation. So, like an example that I can give you is if you're having a hard time keeping up with your bills, what is the thing that people think of immediately? Either I got to find a job that pays more money or I got to find a second job. If you're working a second job, if you're working 2 or 3 jobs, you can't do that forever. Sooner or later, you're just not going to be able to keep up, or you're not going to be able to keep putting in that amount of overtime, or you might get a higher paying job, but the stress may just be completely and totally destroying you. And you might feel like, I can't keep this up. So a long-term solution would be, okay, what are some expenses that maybe are unnecessary at this time? What are some ways that I can make my money go further? Maybe I can get a better understanding of how money works. Maybe I can look into debt consolidation. Maybe I can look into like investing, or figuring out different kinds of accounts or things where I can put my money where they're gonna accrue interest. Like that money is gonna accrue interest over time. So a sense of like figuring out how to make your money work for you, how to make your money go further, so then you don't feel like you're living this life of scarcity. You actually feel like you have a lot more abundance, and you're not wasting, or you're doing it in a way where you have efficiency, where you're being more efficient. A lot of the times I do see Page of Pentacles come up when we're healing issues with money, or we're healing our relationship with money. So that could be also a factor here for some of you with this Page of Pentacles. Overall, I feel like a lot of us are just looking at situations in our life and thinking like, does this deserve my attention? Does this deserve my time? What is it bringing back to me? What am I getting out of it versus what am I putting into it? So there could be here some things that you're shifting in this way as well, where you're just looking at the situation as far as, like, is this worth my time? What am I getting in the long run? And in connection with that, there's a sense of like thinking more about the future. You're thinking in the long run, how is this impacting my future, versus just thinking about what's happening in the here and now, what's happening in this moment, right? Like I said, the example of the two jobs. Okay, well, I can only do that for so long, but I can't keep doing that until I retire. So, what is a better solution? So I do feel like a lot of us are going to be thinking more along the lines of the bigger picture, the long term, and wanting to put our time and our energy into things that matter. And this is an intuitive message that's coming in right now. It's just kind of like the vibe that I'm feeling around the situation. It's not necessarily a message that gets connected to the Page of Pentacles, but I do feel like some of you out there are in this situation where you're putting in a lot of work, you're putting in a lot of effort, and you're not getting praise, you're not getting recognition. And it didn't bother you at first, but now you're thinking about it like in a practical way, right? Like, I have all of this experience, I have all of this stuff that I'm doing, but I'm not getting the title, or I'm not getting the recognition. So how is this going to transfer over if I want to go to another job, right? I can't say I have experience doing the stuff. I mean, I can say it, but it's not going to really hold as much value because I'm labeled under this category, or my boss isn't giving me credit, or my supervisor keeps taking the credit and saying they did what I did. And so how, like, I'm gaining this experience, but what good is this experience if nobody's going to back it up? If nobody's going to say, oh yes, this person was doing these tasks, if there's somebody else taking credit for your work. And so I feel some of you are in a situation where maybe before you were like, okay, you know what, I'll just let it go, I won't make a big deal out of it, at least I'm getting experience. But now you're thinking, like, logically, am I going to be able to claim it? Am I going to be able to put it to use? um I feel also some of you may be getting your foot in the door in some kind of situation or opportunity where you're getting paid. I feel like it's a job. And maybe it's a part-time job, maybe it's a second job, or even a third job for some of you. But you're going into the situation where you're gathering information because it's something that you're wanting to do for yourself, right? So, for example, maybe you've always dreamed of owning a bakery, and you're starting to get people hitting you up and putting orders with you for parties and special occasions, and you're like, hey, I could totally do this. I would love to have a bakery. I would love to do this professionally. And you might say, oh my gosh, but I don't even know how to do that. So you might say, okay, you know what? I'm going to work at this bakery just for a couple of hours on the weekend, or a couple hours a week. And I'm just going to see how they do it. I'm going to watch, I'm going to observe, I'm going to take notes, and then I'm going to learn how all of the business side of it works, and then I'm going to start doing that for myself. I'm going to see how they go about making really big orders. I'm going to see how they go about, organizing their process, their little assembly line. And so some of you may be getting your foot in the door in a situation where you're gathering valuable knowledge that you're going to put to use for yourself in your own business, or something that you're going to be doing for yourself in the future. Those are the messages I'm getting here around this card of the day. I do want to say a special shout out to Rochelle, honey. Thank you so much for your generous donation in Maxie's name. I really do appreciate it. Yes, I was like, okay, I grieved, I'm better, I'm able to come back, and then I got hit with another wave, and I ended up having to travel, and all kinds of things happened, and I had to be away for a while. But I thank all of you for your patience. I thank you, Rochelle, for your donation in Maxie's name. I really do appreciate it. Medical expenses for him and cremation and all those things added up. So thank you so much. And I thank all of you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Don't forget to check out the other videos on the channel. There's a link in the description that will take you to the other videos. Weekly forecasts are popping up. They're recorded, they're uploaded, and they're going to be getting released as they clear the copyright check. And be sure, if you'd like to schedule a private reading with me, to check out the link for Calendly. It will take you to calendly.com/amethystangelite. And the description area has the current sell prices that are listed for the private readings. There was such an overwhelming response to the sale that I'm gonna keep it going for a while, because I know some of you are like, oh, I want to do it, but I can't do it yet. Can you like wait another week until I get paid? And I want to honor that. I know inflation's tough right now. We're still coming out of recovering from the holidays. So I'm going to keep the sale running a little longer. And those prices are listed in the description as well. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you all have a fabulous day. Take care and be well. And I'll see you all in tomorrow's message. Bye.